Cheers. Happy St. George's Day. But when you think of St. George, you immediately think of this crest here. It's a man in armour on his steed, and he's killing this fiery dragon. But would you be interested to know that actually St. George wasn't the first patron saint of England, and he wasn't a knight, and there was no dragon either. Want to know more? Stay tuned. As this video is primarily focused on St. George, we're not going to talk about St. Edmund too much. I might make a video on him. If you want to know more, then obviously I'd love to make a video for you. There are a few more facts about St. George that I'm going to share with you. One, he wasn't English, and he never set foot in England. However, he was born in what is now modern Turkey, in Cappadocia. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was Greek by descent, and also he was a soldier in the Roman army. What made him a saint was that the emperor at the time, this is his name, was persecuting Christians, and so St. George, George, before he was a saint, died because he refused to denounce his faith. So he was tortured and died and became a saint later on. He embodied the attributes of chivalry, courage, and protection. And I think the imagery of him slaying a dragon was like, this is a good guy, the dragon's not, and it's kind of good versus evil, or good defeating evil. Kind of a symbol of triumph, I guess. His popularity did actually increase during the Crusades, and if you read into the Crusades, you'll see these knights, and on their tabards they have a shield with a white background and a red cross. And if you look at the symbol again, or the emblem, you'll see that St. George has this shield, has this flag or identity, and this symbol, this emblem, the shield, flag, whatever you want to call it, white background and the red cross became a potent symbol of England's identity. Now, if you know your flags, you know that England still has this flag today. We are United Kingdom, so we have the Union Jack, which encompasses many flags, but England by itself still remains white with a red cross. Now I've got my notes here. As you know, when I'm making my videos and doing my research, I write copious amounts of notes and then I make a script out of it. But I'm going to read you some of my notes today, and I've put the dragon was added later. The story goes that he rode into what is today Libya to free the city from a dragon who had a taste for human flesh. But the story post-dates St. George, so it was obviously added to his mystery afterwards. I've also put St. George was a saint for 1,000 years before this holiday, I put in brackets, because sadly we don't really seem to celebrate it much these days. I know there is a kind of celebration in London that's just been. Sadly, I was not able to go. I really wanted to, and I was going to show you some footage, but there we go. You've just got me and this background. Now, apparently, after Henry V's winning battle in Agincourt in 1415, St. George's Day became a very popular feast day. Now, on my trips around Europe, I have actually seen in other countries the symbol of St. George. And my most recent trip, which was last year, to Slovenia, and when I visited various places, churches and monuments, etc., I did see quite a lot of this depiction of St. George. So, as a person who does live in England, I thought it would be a very good idea to learn a bit more about our patron saint and to actually find out he wasn't the first one. So, as I said, if you want me to make a video on St. Edmund, and I'd love to do some more research on it, do let me know. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please do come back for more. Consider being a bookish traveller and joining me on marvellous adventures through history and books. So thank you, and I will see you again very soon. And I don't know why my mind just blanked for a minute. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.